wouldn't be a good dynamic.
No, not at all.
It wouldn't be a good dynamic, but
not at all.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are Step Up to the Mic podcast. Welcome. You got your boy M Dot, and you got my guy over there, Smoove the Blaq Kennedy, the smoothest cat that I know. This motherfucker is one of the best. So today we're gonna talk about the rappers, music that we like, rappers that kind of influence our taste of music. Kind of put us in a different direction on what to like, how to like it, give us confidence. Pretty much influence us in a enormous amount of ways. So I'll pass it over to Smoove, and then he can talk about his artists and his favorite songs and those type of things, and then I'll take it from there after.
All right, well, you're dirt people. Y'all already know what's going on. When it comes to this music thing, especially this hip hop life, I'm definitely a major head when it comes to that. Now, honestly, a lot of the new age or new wave rappers, whatever y'all want to call them, I'm not even gonna sit here and fraud and act like I'm super hip to everybody that's coming out, because I'm not. It's a couple of heads that I'm like, who are these people? I've been listening to rap, so since I don't know when, I don't be knowing these folks anymore, yo. I really don't. Bro, it's a new rapper that comes out every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to them like that.
Facts. But I mean, when it does come to, like I said, when it comes to hip hop, it better be some heavy lyrics. That's the type of wave that I grew up on, right? Like, folks that was rapping back in the day actually had to rap. You feel me? Like, you go into a building or you go on a track and you laying down some cornball mess, nobody's listening to that. It's not happening. I mean, the beats was already slapping like it was back in the day, right? But it wasn't like the main focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, MCs actually had to MC. You had to rap. Nas, Mos Def, Common, you know what I'm saying? Outkast and them, and they was from the South, right? So they had to come with something different, especially back in the 90s, right? They had to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have all the, the cool beats or whatever, which they did. But them boys was rapping. You know what I'm saying? Something that I don't see a lot these days. But I put it to you like this, right? Whenever I'm having a conversation with somebody about music, and they hit me with their hip hop head, I normally ask them, what's their top 5 albums that are alive? And if they don't have a top 5, just give me a quick top 3. But that's normally what I do. Like I'm about to do with your
ass. Albums? Yo, I all right. So top 5 albums. Oh God, shit! Don't kill me.
And if you can't do 5, you can give me 3, and they don't have to be in no particular order either. All
right. So, top 5 for me, and it's not gonna be no typical order. I'm gonna say that Kendrick Lamar album. I don't know the title of it.
Good Kid, Mad City.
No. That's a good one. But
Section
the one that got DNA, Humble, Loyalty,
Damn,
yeah, that album. J. Cole, Dollar in a Dream.
Nice.
I want to say Wale, The Curse and the Gifted. I gotta go with Jadakiss, top 5 Dead or Alive. Oh God damn it, Smoove, you put me on the spot today, brother. Drake, I'm gonna say Drake's Take Care album, and Future's Oh shit! What was that joint that got like Draco on there, Mask Off? What was that album called?
Oh, is that Hendrix?
Oh yeah, Hendrix. Yeah. So that's my top five. And then the audience, listen, I just came off the head. I can give you my rappers that I mess with like verbatim, but the albums, it's all jumbled. But go ahead, Smoove. What's your top 5 albums, bro?
All right, no doubt. My top 5 off rip. I'm going with Doggy Style, Snoop Dogg. All right. For the folks that didn't know, Snoop was probably corrupting my life at a very young age. I saw the braids, I saw the bouncing car. My parents grew up listening to old school, right? And like Parliament Funkadelic was a part of their discology, I guess you want to say, right? So I'm growing up listening to Atomic Dog, and then you got Snoop coming out with Snoop Doggy Dog, and I'm like, hey, bro, this is like some old school, but this is new. Right. I'm digging this, John. And brother, cool as hell. Hell yeah, I'm rocking with Snoop. So yeah, so Doggy Style is definitely on my list. ATLiens by Outkast is going on there as well. I mean, I can play that album from beginning to end. It never gets old. I mean, from the freaking You May Die intro to the 13th Floor, I want to say that's the very last song on there. Bro, Big Boy and freaking 3 Stacks, bro, they're the best dynamic duo that hip hop has ever seen. I mean, I don't care what nobody says. Big Boy come on there and keep it so like, but it funky as hell with it. You know what I'm saying? He be sitting there talking his shit. And then you got 3 Stacks. He's not even from around here. He just come on the track and just like just spit some cool ass shit, and it's like, bro, this dude, he's not a gangster at all. He's him. That's cool. Like, I respect that a lot when it comes to rapping, people being them. People being themselves. Let's see, who else, man? College Dropout by Kanye. That's going on there as well.
That was a great album.
Great album, man. I mean, we already know his, beat making skills. I mean, dude is a freaking genius when it comes to production and his lyrics. He definitely helped paint a picture back then. Man, I forgot how old I was when that came out. But I know that was when I used to walk around with this Walkman all the time, or the little CD player, I mean. And I'd be trying to stuff that joint in my pocket. And the only album that I have playing in there is Kanye, College Dropout. Everywhere I went, College Dropout was being played. So yeah, that. And then let's see, how many was that? Doggy Style, ATLiens.
College Dropout. You got 2 more.
College Dropout. Common's album called Go. That joint was fire as hell. I mean, it's Common. You know what I'm saying? You know what to expect from Common.
Common's underrated,
like bro. Like a mug, and he be dropping so many gems. Like
man, a lot of them guys with that type of vibe. The most that the Talib Kweli, like those guys, their lyricism is unmatched, but they're not mainstream like that. Like not a lot of people know about or listen to their music. And they drop some gems, man.
Bro, drop a lot of gems, right? I'm gonna get back on that. All right, so yeah, Common, that's number 4. And then for my 5th, man, honestly, I want to say it's a split between either Wale's Ambition album or No, all right. I take that back. Common's Go album and Wale's Ambition, that was always like my fifth, right? They was like they were tied for fifth. My fourth is Ready to Die by Biggie.
Throwback.
Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to that hardcore hip hop, grimy,
right.
Take a trip back to the 90s.
Right.
Brooklyn.
Right.
Biggie, for sure. If you really wanted to know what life was like in New York around that time, I'm throwing on a Biggie album. I'm throwing on Ready to Die. And that is going to be a great introduction for 90s hip hop.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. I love your albums list, man. It's like transcends. Like it has so many different variations of hip hop on there. You got Common, you got Snoop, you got the West Coast, you got the East Coast, you got the Midwest, you got Atlanta. You know what I mean? You got all different scopes of hip hop and different versions. And, you got great storytellers on them albums. People that can really captivate you when you're listening to it. You know what I mean? They take you from one place to another place and really dive deep. That was a hell of an album. I feel like I'm prepared, motherfucker. Fuck you, Smoove. Fuck you,
bro.
Smoove.
I'm just saying, dog. When it comes to this hip hop shit, telling you.
Listen, audience. Listen. Me and Smoove, we kind of go through the topics and we kind of talk about it. Like, what topic we're gonna discuss? He just texted me like, "Yeah, we're gonna talk about rappers." I'm like, "All right, bet." The motherfucker get on here talking about. Yeah, well, if I see a motherfucker that don't know it, that say he hip hop and he don't know hip hop, I'm gonna hit him with this top 5.
What happened?
Just like I'm about to hit your ass. I'm like, damn.
Hey, bro, and I'm freestyling right now. No notes.
I already know.
Bro, that's just son. Like, you always hear, you always hear like different rappers or artists, speaking along the lines of like hip hop saved my life type shit or whatever, right? And not even just necessarily hip hop, but music in general, right, has saved me from so many situations, bro. Like, music can sometimes like just put you in a whole different headspace, and it can also affect your mood. You know what I'm saying? So when I want to chill and cool out, I'm going to listen to something that's going to chill and cool me out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to work knowing that I'm already pissed off, I'm not about to play, you know what I'm saying, like some goddamn Black Youngster or Dolph or anything like that. Right. I'm not doing that because I already know I'm going to go in there with that energy like, Somebody say something crazy to me, I'm going to slap the shit out of them. It's just, you know what I'm saying? But if I go in there playing, something cool, like some neo soul type music or whatever, right. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna be like, you know what? All right, I'm like, cool. Let me cool out. You know what I mean? Change the focus a little bit. It's all energy. It's all about energy in these songs.
It's crazy. Like I'm thinking about the album, right? "Dollar in a Dream" by J. Cole. When that dropped, I was in college, freshman year, and my brother. Shout out to my big brother. He had that album on CD. This is when people used to buy CDs still. He had the album on CD, and every time he would take me back and forth to Dell State, he would play that album. We would run through the whole album track and just listen to it. And the album is so, like, this is fresh J. Cole, freshman album, just signed to Rock Nation. The album is so fresh because it talks about it kind of chronological that he goes through trying to get signed. You know what I mean? Sleeping in the car, waiting to get signed, waiting to be heard by the record producers. All this stuff that he went through, getting on the album, putting Jay-Z on there, you know what I mean? Meeting his idol, Nas. It's so many things that go in that album that is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, it's one of those albums that I can run from the first track to the last track. And I know majority of the songs, I know majority of the lyrics, and I can run through that whole thing without being tired of it. And it has a beautiful intro and a nice interlude and a good ending. So when I think of music, right, I always think of it like, you know, where was I at when I was listening to these albums? You know what I mean? What was that? What mood did they have me in? Like Drake, Take Care. You know, that was like the almost end of high school era when Drake dropped that. Like 2010.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because I had
2010, like 2009, 2010.
I graduated.
You already graduated.
Yeah.
So I put that in like, you know, that was an album of heartbreak, you know, Take Care, I'll See You Later type stuff. You know, The Good Ones Go. Was headlines on there. Take a Shot for You. You know,
Over My Dead Body.
Over My Dead Body. Marvin's Room. Those are songs that was all heartbreak. Like, yo, FUB. You could take me back or not. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing what I want to do. You know what I mean? I'm gonna still have my heart broken because of you. But either we gonna smash or I'm gonna go be about my business. I'm gonna take a shot for you, or I'm gonna go about my business.
What that nigga said? That nigga said, just give me my ring back. I can't keep that shit. God damn, brother, that was pretty cold.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like the albums, when they would come out, like I always would think about like where was I at when I listened to that? You know what I mean? Where was I at as a man listening to that song? What type of progressions was I making? You know, J. Cole, boom, just started freshman, you know, in Del State, college, you know what I mean? Going around, listening to this album, playing it back and forth. That was it during that time. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at music. Where was I at? How was I listening to? How it made me feel during that moment. So, but let me get you this, right? Top 3 rappers, go right now. Your top 3 right now. Any generation, any form of hip hop, whether East Coast, West Coast, top 3 right now, go.
Top 3 rappers right now.
Top 3 right now, go.
All right. Fuck, God damn. Wait. All right. Top 3 of all time.
Yeah, top 3 right now, go. Your top 3, not mainstream.
My top 3 of
your
all
top
time.
3 of all time. Your rappers.
That's pretty tough. All right. 3 Stacks.
Matter of fact, no. Let's flip it. Let's say your top 3 that you listen to right now.
Ooh, that's. You better off just asking me my top 3 all together.
All time. All right, go all time.
All time. I'm going with 3 Stacks.
Okay.
Next, I'm going with Jesus. 3 Stacks. I'm going with Hove.
Okay. It's The Rock.
Yeah, facts. And number 3. Shit. 3 Stacks, Hove, and I mean, who else is undeniably? Okay, and Kendrick, either Kendrick or Cole. I'm like, why am I sleeping on my guys? But
I bet that's your top 3. It's 3 Stacks, Hove, Kendrick, honorable mention, J. Cole.
Yeah.
All right. So me, you know, I'm a New York guy till I die. You know what I mean? East Coast rap. That's where I live at. So my top 3. I'm not. It's no order. Definitely Jay-Z is in there. Definitely Jay-Z. Nas. Cameron. Honorable mention that I can listen to and not get tired of it. I'm a New York guy, man. It's gotta be Jim Jones, man. That's a dude like
really.
It's just Jim Jones to me. I've always followed his music, even when he left Dipset and did his Vampire Life. He had some nice mixtapes with that Vampire Life collection. Wasted Talent. He had several nice albums that I really messed with, and I can listen to him and kind of vibe with him. Like that's just
okay.
That's just me, you know. And Cameron, my God, like he was the first dude that could just say anything, and if it sounded cool, you was vibing with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yellow diamonds in my ear. Call him Lemonhead in the red, iced out. Like shit that didn't make sense, but he could say it and it would flow. And then Cameron, he was the first cat that, because he's from Harlem. Harlem is always pretty guy fly. You know, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna wear what I want type of thing. He was always the first one to set a precedence when it came to dress. First cat to wear pink. What dude you know wearing pink everything, pink this, pink that, get a pink car, all that. Like he was the first one to say, yo, you can rock what you want as long as you have confidence. That's why you see a lot of these guys, the ASAP Mob, ASAP Ferg, ASAP Rocky, those guys, they took after that because a lot of those Harlem guys, Mace, Cam, they changed the game when it came to dressing. So I looked at him like, shit, I can rock what I want as long as I have the confidence. Shouldn't matter what I'm wearing. It shouldn't matter how I'm dressed. I don't know about that. But I don't want to agree with what these cats is wearing now with the dresses and the skirts. I don't know what the hell is going on with that. That ain't my cup of tea. And
it's getting a little spicy these days.
Yeah, that's too much, man. I don't know about all that. But but I will say that Cameron, man, he really, like, even when you can see the change in when he came out, you know, like late 90s, mid to late 90s coming out. His style of rap really changed when he became, you know, Killer Cam, came in the Dipset, that fly guy, Harlem, we so fly, we ride or die type shit came into effect. And that just, to me, he kind of changed the game with how you dress and coming in with confidence and everything like that.
Nah, for sure.
You know, so, and then Hove, I mean, it's Hove. I mean, there's no, his discography speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like the albums he has on there, like shit, you can ask a motherfucker on your street, yo, what's your favorite albums? Hove's album gonna be Hove's album. What are Hove's albums?
One of them. Yeah, at least one of them. Yeah.
Like, and he just kept getting better and better. Like it just, I can't think of a horrible Hove album to my knowledge. But if there is one, yo, comment if there's a bad Hove album.
Yeah, if it is.
If it is, comment if there's a bad Hove album. We'll listen to it. We'll react to it. But let us know what your top 3 is and all that. But
it's got to be a terrible album too, right? Like, just don't go on there and say some shit like, "Well, these are my top 3 favorite. This is always the worst one." Like,
right,
bro, no. Has Hove ever produced a bad album? Right? Has Hove ever produced a bad album? Actually, that should be some goddamn homework. Because has he?
Facts. To me, I can't think of one.
I haven't listened to all of them, so I'm going to say
I haven't listened to all of them, but I will say that I've never. The only album that I could say to me that I didn't like, the one that Hove came out with, it was the one. God damn, it was the album. Was it Picasso or something? What was that album?
Magna Carta Holy Grail.
Yeah, that one I didn't mess with like that. But everybody else messed with it. Like even my boy, when I used to work in this clothing store, he even told me, he was like, "Ooh," and he was from New York, he was from Brooklyn. "Ooh, yo, son, yo, did you check that new album?" I was like, "Bro, that joint is weird to me. That's not Hove out like that." He's like, "What?" Yo, son, my G, yo, that joint is fire, man. Stop playing like that. That's Hove, bro. Don't talk to him. Don't talk about him like that. I'm like, bro, I'm just saying, to me, I didn't particularly like the album, but
yeah,
maybe I should take a re-listen and kind of listen to it. But yeah, even when Hove did the Watch the Throne with Kanye, wow, my Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
very good.
Two great minds. Good. Oh my God. And then let me
what do you expect?
Listen, let me just dive into Nas real quick. And I kind of put Jay-Z and Nas, you know, at the top, because Nas, his lyricism is just unmatched when it comes to certain things. Now, commercially, he's not as successful as Jay-Z, because they had that whole beef, and it was a bunch of reasons why you can kind of say Nas is not as successful as Jay-Z. But lyrically, I think Nas is unmatched. And then even if you go listen to his newer albums now, King's Disease and King's Disease 2, you can see that Nas is really putting out good work, good good discography, good album content. You know, even if you listen to his old stuff, his Illmatic, Stillmatic, you know, you can see that those albums really changed the game when they came out. Now, you know, New York State of Mind was I really one that I love.
Will forever be etched in the albums of classics for hip hop.
And then let's not forget, you know, that Jay-Z diss Ether. That'll always be one of the best diss tracks ever.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, just I don't see how anybody could have came back and tried to fight that on that, because that one was just so critical.
That's that hip hop shit, bro. That's the shit that I miss. For real. I miss cats beefing over wax. Like, bro, I mean, we grew up in an era where it was, you know what I'm saying, where people was actually writing like diss tracks about somebody.
Yeah.
But like be in the studio on some old school shit, just freestyling to a random beat or a beat that was maybe hot for the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
and they going at it. Bro, that's rap. I don't know what the hell these cats be doing these days, bro. Maybe it's the goddamn codeine and the lean and the syrup that got them, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not.
And I think back then, you know, there was a lot more ruthless. I mean, even now, like you can kind of say that these cats is ruthless because rappers are dying left and right. But I think back then there was a lot more at stake. You know, it wasn't all this clout chasing, all this other stupid stuff that was going around. It was more like surreal stuff. Like we from Rock Nation, we don't like y'all. I mean, we from Rockefeller, we don't like the Locks because they're the Locks, and we don't mess with them. It was that opposition, that hatred of one another that really brought that real life energy into their music.
Yeah,
like it was that Rockefeller and that Locks beef was just so crazy when it was happening.
Yeah.
People really died off of that. People in their camps really died from that. So it's I can't say the same that happens now because there's just too much going on, and
I think it does to a degree.
To a degree.
To a degree. Because I remember, I forgot how long ago it was, but you know, the young boy from Chicago, right? King Von. Remember how he passed away in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess his oppositions or whatever. One of the young boys was still, you know, running around doing his thing, I guess. Quando Rondo.
Mm-hmm.
I've never listened to a song a day in my life, but
I don't even know who that man is.
Yeah, Quando Rondo. I believe he might still be on the run. I mean, nobody was really effing with him like that after that whole you know, altercation or whatever that went deadly. But yeah, it's still some little rap beefs that's going on out here. But it's not as prevalent as how it was back in the day, you know.
Right.
But also feel like them cats back in the day moved in a not slightly, but a highly different demeanor back then. Like them cats was like, they were serious, you know, like these dudes really out here in the streets. But it was a code. That's the word I'm looking for. They moved with a code. You know what I'm saying? It was a code back then. You feel me? These cats these days, man, I mean, you can definitely tell, you know, who did more of the abusing than they actually did selling shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
If that makes sense, right? Like,
I think a lot of it is a lot of these guys don't live the life that they're depicting. You know what I mean? It's easy to portray something that you're really not. You get what I'm saying? Because people might not mess with you if you portray who you really are. So a lot of these guys put on this front or put on this demeanor that they're gangster or they street, but they never did anything to claim that type of reputation. You know, and I could care. I mean, to be honest, it's just so wild to me. But I would rather motherfuckers just be honest. You know what I mean? Because it feels like you selling me short, or you not. You know, you just telling fibs. You know, you taking credit for entertainment. Yeah, it is, and it's you taking credit for other cats who put in work. And granted, I'm not recommending anybody live that street life or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, if you from that, and you really thorough and you really about that life, then all right, cool, I respect it. But if you ain't and you rapping about it, you're a fraudulent dude. I'm not gonna respect you. Now let me ask you this question. Let's move into like, rappers who don't rap, who don't write their own lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care? Like, and I got a great example on who, but do you care? Or are you still gonna listen to the music regardless?
I'm still gonna listen to the music regardless. It doesn't matter, right? Because music is music. Singers don't write their own. Some singers don't write their own lyrics.
Right.
We don't bash singers for that. That only comes from the state of hip hop, right? If you're an actual MC and you say that you're an actual MC, I expect you to be spitting these goddamn bars and not having anybody else writing your stuff. Now, if you're a rapper, all right, cool. That means you're an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody comes in to write your hook or help write your whatever you need help with the writing for your album, all right, cool. Because I understand, bro, this is music. This is music. Same way with beats, right? Beats get passed on to different folks and they add you know what I'm saying? We don't ever talk shit about that though. He's not the original beat maker. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We just want to hear some good music. I just want to hear some good music.
And I agree with you on that one because I don't think anybody cares. Like, I'm gonna say probably 80% of Drake's discography is he never written any of that. I'm gonna say 80% of it. He's an artist, he's an entertainer, and I think he lived by that. And nobody's gonna care because he was ousted a long ass time ago for that, and nobody cared. They still bought his stuff, so I really don't think people care. To be honest, for a while I was kind of like, if you don't write your own lyrics, and you're not a true MC. You can't call yourself a rapper. You can call yourself an artist, entertainer, but you're not really a rapper.
Yeah, and I still feel that way.
But the way it is now, I mean, like I was listening to Styles P on the Breakfast Club, and he broke it down. He was like a lot of rappers, a lot of artists have people that might, help them with a line or two, help them with a bar or two, or whatever. They might not get credit for it, but that they got help. He was like, do we discredit those guys that always get a little help at the end of it? You know what I mean? And it's, it's all through hip hop. Other people write stuff for other people, and it's just all give and take. You know what I mean? Love and respect when it comes to that. So, but if a motherfucker writes your whole damn album, you didn't do nothing, you just perform.
Hey, buddy, just sign your name over. And you know what I'm saying? It might as well be a joint album at that point. You ain't write a damn thing.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, nobody's gonna care at this point. The way it is now. If you can rap it, you can perform it, you can entertain people. They're not gonna question it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna question it.
Yeah, that's facts. Cause I done wrote a couple hits, but I don't need my name necessarily on. We'll talk about that another time. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We out here. But for real though, if you're an artist, be an artist, right?
All right. So
if you're a rapper and you actually master your craft and spit off the top like somebody like Hov or Common or Most, Talib, Meek, then I respect the shit out of that.
So we're talking about hip hop and we're talking about the current state of hip hop. So let me ask you a question, Smoove. How do you feel about Lil Nas X? How does he? Where does he line up in your top 3 or your top 10? Or do you listen to his music at all, or do you think that
not in my top anything? I know one song from him.
Is that Old Town Road?
Old Town Road.
Yeah, that joint was a hit though. I ain't even gonna front. I used to bang that. It
was
all the
everywhere.
time.
Bro, I'm in the middle of freaking Spain, and they playing this shit like it just came out. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only track that I know from Buddy.
Facts. That's all I know.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if he wrote his own. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Me neither. But I will say, Lil Nas X, that one country song he did was a slammer. That joint was good. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know anything else about you.
So was Who Let the Dogs Out.
Yeah. Yo, so moving on. Moving on. Do you think that female hip hop You know, artists like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, you know, Meg Thee Stallion, Lil Kim, EVE, all those female hip hop artists, rap artists. Do you think they can ever be as prolific to the game as the Nas, a Biggie, a Future, Kendrick Lamar, or do you think that it's gonna take a while for them to get to that point?
That's a really good question, man. I think that they're already there, right? Honestly, because you know, and it's funny, right? Because you left out, you know, one of the most prolific artists, and she's from, you know, one of the better states, in my opinion. But Missy Elliott from Virginia Beach.
Oh God,
you know what I'm saying?
Missy Elliott. Shout out to Missy.
She's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For songwriting.
Right.
It doesn't get more prolific than that. Now, Nicki Minaj, you remember we was in high school when she first started coming out with these crazy ass mixtapes, right?
Right.
As a matter of fact, I remember Coley was listening to one of the mixtapes like a mug, right? But for her to be, and I'm not going to speak on Kim like that right now, because I didn't grow up listening to her music at that point in time, you know. Was always hip to her, but so just an example, right? In our time, right? Not Lil Kim, what's called was popping. Nicki Minaj was popping, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And she had dudes listening to her, which goes to show you, you know, your bars have got to be somewhere up there for a dude to even want to acknowledge the fact that he's listening to a female rapper. Because you ask a bunch of dudes now if they can listen to female rappers, they're gonna tell you no, right?
Yeah.
But Nicki Minaj was able to you know, transcend that, and I mean, she's still known as one of those best female rappers today, right? So yeah, I think that stigma has been changed. If you don't look at it from that point of view, then you're not really into music, and maybe you might have a little sexist on your breath.
Oh God, no! Oh God!
But no, I mean, but that's just my opinion. Now, Lil Kim, for example, right, was the Nicki Minaj before Nicki Minaj, or you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Nicki Minaj is Lil Kim. You feel me? In a sense, you know, I'm not saying that they're both the same, but as far as paving the way for, you know, an overly sexualized woman to come onto the rap scene, still keep it sexy, but still keep it G at the same time, and really was spitting some bars. Lil Kim. So yeah, I mean, I think to answer your question, yes, I think there are some women that have been acknowledged for what they've done in hip hop. But like I said, it really depends on who you're talking to. The masses might not agree, but let's not be idiots. What you think?
I think with female hip hop, right? So if we just count down the decades, like 80s was that 80s and 90s was that lyricism, that stand up for yourself. You know, the Queen Latifahs, the MC Lights, Roxanne. You know, they were like the first trailblazers of that female hip hop. You know, and it wasn't really overtly sexual until Little Kim came in, and then you had like Foxy Brown. Then you had what was the other chick from
Lil Kim, Foxy Brown? You had
what was the other chick's name from the South? What was her name? Trina. And so those women came and they made it okay for a woman to have bars but still be sexual at the same time. And then now it's overtly to the point. But I think in the beginning, Nicki Minaj wasn't really like sexual like that when she first came. She was actually spitting.
Yeah.
When she was Young Money and all them, Lil Wayne, she was actually
because she was coming out hungry. Like, I mean, in order to compete in this male dominated, you know, industry, you're going to have to spit some shit. Take you being a female out of the equation. Can you rap? Do you belong in this freaking you know, genre?
Right.
She held her own.
So do you think so with these women, right? These female artists, do you think they have to go to that overtly sexual, like this my pussy, you can fuck me the way you want, da 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 da? No. Or do you think that they could just come in here plain Jane, natural, looking good, talking about real stuff going on in the world, blah blah blah, and still be successful? Because if that's if you say yes, name me one female artist that is doing that.
Well, I mean, when we say what's successful?
So successful is commercial, mainstream. You're doing it big. You're performing at shows. That to me is successful.
Recently, no. Okay. No, but I will shout out Rhapsody, because Rhapsody can actually rap circles around a lot of these rap dudes that really think they rappers.
She's from Philly, right?
Rhapsody from North Carolina. Yeah, Rhapsody got bars.
Okay. I never heard of her.
And she's not mainstream at all, right? She's dropped a couple projects, but yeah, I'm telling you ask about Rhapsody and they'd be like, oh, nah, shorty got bars.
And then so let's talk about it, right? Like Cardi B, I love me some Cardi B, right?
Okay.
But she can rap though. Like, to me with Cardi, yeah, she pretty, yeah, she got a body and all that, but she can really rap. Like, if you listen to her early music, she can really spit bars. But then when she became more overly sexualized, like that song WAP, like, I don't think Cardi had to make a song like that, to be honest, because she was already nice. I don't think she had to go to that extreme of talking about like wet ass pussy. And then, some women will say that's like a female empowerment thing. Okay, great. If it is, great, more power to you. But it is an overly sexualized song. And to me, even if you watch I didn't think Cardi had to do that, because she was already that chick. Like, she could spit and all that. Like, if she wanted to do the sexual thing, she can. But I don't think she had to go to that to that extreme lengths. But if it is a female empowerment movement with that, then great. I'm all for that if women want to empower their vaginas. But I didn't think she had to go that route. What about you? What you think with that song? I mean, it was. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the hell out of that video. I ain't going fraud. That was a hell of a video.
Yeah. Bro, this day and age. So dig, right? Because I've talked about this before with my girl, right? Similar context, right? But I don't think that a lot of these females have to do that. But it's what sells.
Right.
It's what's going to get them, this bread, these sponsors. More fans, obviously, and it's probably for the wrong reason, but whatever, it's fans, what they say, any publicity is good publicity.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think she necessarily had to do that. But dog, I mean, this song's like WAP. I mean, it's 2021, right? 2020, 2021, WAP came out 20 years ago. What crazy song was out that we probably ain't had no business listening to like that, but it was still like
Milkshake?
I mean, and I'm the who?
Milkshake by Khalees.
Ah, man, that poppy ass shit. No. I mean, well,
My Neck and My Back.
Wally was pretty wild.
Yeah.
By Nas and them. But those are dudes, even though, it's like, you listening to that then, and listen to it now. Candy Stick, or Magic Stick, not Candy Stick, Magic Stick. That was by Lil' Kim. That was pretty rough.
Right.
I'm sure our folks then was like, you don't got no business listening to this mess, but that's what was popping at the time. So yeah, we're gonna listen to it. So it's like, yo, Man, look, when you know what you're getting when you dealing with rap. You know, it's a form of poetry, right? And people are allowed to express themselves any way that they
absolutely.
want. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let those women do what they want to do. Now, I don't think, I mean, it's distasteful to me, right? Because man, you got all these Jones rapping about this shit, man. And it's like, for one, a lot of y'all don't even need to be rapping this song. And then two, you singing this joint in front of your kids, like all on TikTok, and you know, doing whatever you want in front of your kids. So it's like, I don't know, dog. But you can say the same for niggas that be rapping these crazy ass lyrics in front of their kids too.
It's a double-edged sword with it, man. Like, I mean, it could go either way, but at the end of the day, you know, monitor what the young watch and what they listen to, because you the parent, you know what I mean? Monitor what they watch, what they listen to. But yeah, I mean, music in general, I think, like you said, it's a freedom of expression. So if that's how you want to express yourself that way. Just the parents, it falls on the parents. Y'all need to monitor what y'all kids listen to at the end of the day. The artist doesn't really have to say, I'm not going to say this and that and the third. They're making music. It don't matter what they talk about. It comes down you to say, all right, well, we're going to let them listen to that song. We're going to let them listen to the clean version, or we're just not going to let them listen to that type of music at all. So that's what I think. It comes on the parents.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know, man. Hey, these women keep doing what they doing though, but when it comes to an actual female MC that's around and still kicking, Rhapsody, hands down.
All right, bet. All right, so we gonna close it down a little early today. I gotta go watch my son, so I apologize to the listeners.
You out here being a father, bro. At least you watching your son. You feel me?
Yeah. Big up to the single dads. Big up to the guys that's actually putting in work with their kids. So yeah, but more content coming on the way. We got other topics that we're gonna talk about. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment on what y'all want us to talk about too, man. Me and Smoove, we can talk about anything. We can do our research on it. We can definitely have an intellectual conversation about everything. So definitely let us know. Like, subscribe, share. You know, you tuned in to Step Into the Light, Step Up to the Mic podcast with your boy M. and
boy Smoove the Blaq Kennedy. You're dirt.
There it is. All right, one love and peace.
All right, y'all be safe.